Thanks for joining me on the news. The headlines: President-elect Tinubu receives certificate of return. House of Reps Majority Leader Doguwa remanded in prison till March 7th. Nigeria has the 9th largest confirmed natural gas reserves worldwide, says Permanent Secretary. Lawmakers says Buhari's security successes attracting other African nations. And NSCDC pulls down 71 illegal refineries, 22 oil bunkering sites in over a year. Stay with me for these and more stories. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has presented certificates of return to President-elect Bola Tinubu and his running mate Kashim Shettima hours after they were declared winners of the presidential election that was held on February 25, 2023. Amisa Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, President-elect, has called on those that didn't support his candidature to join hands with him in a joint endeavor to pull the nation through. The former rival and the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku People's Party, NNPP, Rabiu Kwankwaso, came a distant fourth with a total vote of 1,496,687 votes. While speaking on Wednesday in Abuja, he was presented with the certificate of return by the INEC boss. He said the certificate of return symbolized the country's collective democratic attainment and even loftier aspirations, saying it also represents the imminent transfer of a most sacred duty and trust from one person to another. Tinubu stated, and I quote, "As I hold this certificate, this moment is one of celebration and gladness for us. The road has been long, yet we walked in. The battle has been hard fought, yet blind. This certificate also symbolizes that each of you has the ability to achieve what others believe is impossible for you to achieve." He noted that actions of bias and prejudice so that we live fully onto our democratic creed that no one is innately superior or entitled to greater right. His excited supporters sang Bola, "On your mandate we shall stand," and chanted "Our Local" as Mr. Tinubu raised the framed certificate, posing for photographs. Mr. Shettima, on his part, swayed to the podium amidst shouts of Golden Boy from party supporters to receive his certificate of return from the electoral officials. The ceremony was attended by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo and several governors, including Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos, Dapo Abiodun of Ogun, Nasir El-Rufai Kaduna, Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano, former Ekiti Governor Kayode Fayemi, amongst others. On June 12th, the nation's Democracy Day, Mr. Tinubu will be sworn in as President of Nigeria. Ibrahim, the criminal invest mischief by firearm and inciting disturbances, setting the NNPP off member-elect of the 10th National 7th. Now, Nigeria has the 9th largest proven natural gas reserves in the world with almost 200 trillion cubic feet. And despite the largest in Africa, only 25% of those reserves are presently being developed. The Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, Mrs. Monilola Udo, has said. Mrs. Monilola said this at the training workshop in Abuja Tuesday. The Permanent Secretary also said that oil and gas industry is the backbone of the Nigerian economy, but with shift towards renewable and clean energy resources, the country's economy can be diversified. Fuels in the country, adding that the country needs FMSTI is collaborating with Mesas Kosakaris Technologies Limited in training the staff on the use of advanced manufacturing technology software and SolidWorks solution to drive projects and programs in ministry according to create 3D model of products. Lawmakers under the aegis of Network of African Parliamentarians for Defense and Security has declared that President Buhari's achievements in the area of security has designed and attracting points for other countries in the continent. Sha'aban Ibrahim Sharada, leader of the group and chairman, Nigeria's House of Representatives Committee on National Security and Intelligence during the 7th extraordinary session of the network on Wednesday in Abuja, stated that the body has succeeded in commending the Buhari administration for remarkable performance in facilitating efficient national security sector reform that attracts the attention of sister African countries. According to him, Mr. Honorary President and distinguished delegates, it is significant to note that the Buhari administration has not only prioritized security on its governance agenda, but has committed more time, logistics and resources to address the national security challenges that any regime in the history of democratic governance in Nigeria. At this point, it is important to mention the professionalism military/intelligence community, enhanced provision of capacity development services, improves international collaboration within ECOWAS states, and consistent increase in annual budgetary allocations for security sector over the years. This fantastic development has strengthened the national security agencies to address disturbing security threats from Boko Haram insurgents and other emerging crimes to ensure stability in governance and peaceful coexistence in the country. Still ahead, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) has revealed that between January 2022 till date, 71 illegal refineries and 22 oil bunkering sites have been demolished. The Corps clamped down on operations of criminal elements such as vandals, economic saboteurs, and oil thieves with the use of advanced technologies. Within the same period, impounded 134 trucks, 36 boats, and other equipment used in perpetrating illegal oil bunkering in the country. Speaking at the celebration of the World Civil Defense Day in Abuja, the Commandant General of the NSCDC, Dr. Ahmed Audi, said, and I quote, "The Corps has maintained a dogged fight against the activities of criminal elements such as vandals, economic saboteurs, and oil thieves with the use of advanced technologies." Consequently, between January 2022 and to date, over 546 suspects have been arrested, 429 under prosecution, 51 convicted, 71 illegal refineries destroyed, 36 boats and other equipment used in perpetrating illegal oil bunkering confiscated, 22 illegal oil bunkering sites destroyed, and 134 trucks impounded. He said the Corps had been making steady and remarkable progress in line with the theme of this year's World Civil Defense Day, which was the role of information technologies in risk assessment, noting that since his appointment exactly 2 years ago, disaster management, risk assessment, crime detection and prevention, protection of critical national assets and infrastructure like petroleum pipelines, electrical installations, continuing Audi said, prior to this time, disaster management, risk assessment, crime detection and prevention, protection of critical national assets and infrastructure like petroleum pipelines and others were relatively difficult, but today there is significant improvement. The Corps has chosen appropriate protocols and controls to mitigate risk, create and implement emergency plans, monitor potential threats and that could lead to disaster, and prioritize the protection of humans and assets with the highest value. In line with our mandate on disaster management, we have upgraded the Crisis Management Directorate by strategically organizing resources to lessen the harm that disasters cause through systematic approaches to sustaining the responsibilities of disaster prevention, preparedness, response, and recovery. He added that we are determined to make the Corps a world-class organization. That is why we are not relenting but working hard to key into the global space and tapping from the experience of other members of the ICDO. Due to the appreciation of modern information and communication technology, the Corps under my watch has upgraded its ICT center with state-of-the-art facilities to meet up with challenges of modern crime fighting and management. The Corps also has designed, developed and deployed integrated electronic arrest and reporting system (IERS) for classified communication of intelligence, documentation of reports from divisional commands to the Commandant General via state commandants, confidential interagency data sharing, emergency threat reporting on real-time basis, which was fully deployed to live stream and monitor security situation across the country during the first round of the 2023 general election. He disclosed that within the 2 years of providing leadership to the Corps, our ICT and cyber experts have designed, developed and deployed electronic disaster alert monitoring application to enable NSCDC receive protection for response officers and equipment during emergencies. NEMA DG says anticipate more floods in 2023. Director General of the National Boards in 2023. Most of us in their states. The NEMA board stated this while appearing before the Senate Committee on Special Duties led by Senator Yusuf from APC Taraba to defend the 2023 budget proposal of his agency. Mustafa advised that government at all levels should brace up for the challenges ahead by creating local emergency committees to lessen the devastating effects of floods and other disasters across the country. When there is disaster, they look up to first. Only 4 states heeded the advice, he added. The NEMA boss also explained that in disaster management, the local government should be the first respondent, followed by the state. And if it's beyond what the states can handle, the federal government can then come on board. And finally, on the news, over Maiduguri market fire, police arrest 50 suspects. The Borno State Police Command has paraded 50 suspects for looting varieties of goods belonging to traders at Maiduguri Monday market during a fire incident in the early hours of Sunday. On Wednesday, in a statement, according to a report from Maiduguri by the police public relations officer, ASP Sani Kamilu Shantambaya, said on February 26, 2023, information was received of the unfortunate incident of fire at the popular Monday market in Maiduguri, the state capital. The police command said on receiving information of the incident, its men were mobilized to the scene in order to forestall looting and breakdown of law and order, while firefighters engaged in arresting the inferno of over 8 hours before it was fully contained. He said during the course of the inferno, 50 suspects were arrested along with their looted items, adding that they were in police custody, undergoing several investigations and will subsequently be charged to court. Similarly, one Sadiq Ibrahim, aged 20 years, of Guang in Tanki, was arrested in connection with destruction and burning of a civilian JTF Hilux vehicle with body registration number 001 attached to Sector 3. On a developing story from Gombe State, Khan, it has debunked a story that says the Christians in Gombe are not electing the governor because he is a religious bigot. It is not from Khan. They have debunked that story. Thanks for watching. I remain Leon Turaki. Thank you.